Tate on the George Janko podcast. It was 2 parts. Best podcast I've ever listened to. Like, for sure.
I literally just listened to that 2 days ago.
So good. Alrighty, gang. That's how Christian usually opens these episodes. But what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Stick Talk. Are you not ready?
Shotgun start, I guess.
Shotgun start. Bro, remember last episode you did like the intro 10 minutes into the episode?
We didn't intro it.
I mean, that's the whole point. You do just a
It was a good, clean, flowing conversation.
Yeah, it was like perfect. And he's like, all right, ready, guys?
And he said it so angrily. I think it was because you were hungover that it came off as angry.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is the start. Welcome back to Stick Talk, guys.
All right. Let's actually start like hard. I think let's get retention up and just go right for it.
We're already in, so.
But like everyone just left already.
We can just
think?
restart.
Did you guys leave already? Drop a comment below if you're still here.
All right.
No, straight up, I think we should just like Vivek right off.
No, now this is funny. Let's just roll into it. All right, so we're doing first Members Lounge episode of 2024. First Members Lounge episode that's self-produced. So wish us best of luck, honestly, if you're actually seeing this and it went well, obviously. So we'll roll right into it. We have a bunch of topics all over the place, anywhere from politics to sports to business to Alex Becker sleeping on the floor. And so we're just going to cover a bunch of topics, see where we go, and kind of just use this as our own internal way of catching up with each other, catching up on what's happening in our lives and what we're interested in. So where do you guys want to start?
Let's talk about Vivek going from
he's gonna shock the world to he just dropped out.
Yeah, I thought he was. I don't really know. I don't really follow it too much. Was Trump criticizing him or did he criticize Trump?
No, I think that was kind of misinterpreted and overshot. Because anytime Trump goes after someone, like he really goes after him. Like he'll give him a nickname that people think is like offensive or funny. But the way he went after Vivek, he really just said like a vote for Vivek is like a vote against his progress. Like he didn't personally attack Vivek or call him names or say that he was doing anything wrong. So like he didn't attack him the same way he's attacked Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley, which I thought was super interesting. And then last night, even during his acceptance speech or his winner speech, I guess, for the Iowa caucus, like he congratulated Vivek. And that was even before Vivek dropped out of the race. So he's always been like super, I would say, calm towards Vivek compared to how he's been towards other candidates. Which, who knows, maybe that's setting up for a potential VP or I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. I know Vivek is going to New Hampshire tonight to Trump's rally, which is interesting. Pretty quick turnaround.
Damn.
Trump's got that retention funnel, bro.
What do you mean?
On lock. I mean, everyone eventually just comes back to him. Like Marco Rubio endorsed him the other day, and Marco Rubio's like boys with DeSantis, who's still in the race. And then you have Ron Burgum, who was on the debate stage like a month ago, criticizing Trump alongside Christie and all these other guys, and he was on stage with Trump yesterday during his acceptance speech winning the Iowa caucus. So like all these guys that are like talking big game now,
bandwagoners.
They're all gonna come back and be bandwagoners. So I just think it's funny because they talk a big game on stage when he's not around, and then eventually they all just come back. Which is why I like Vivek from the start, because he's never been the guy that's like, oh, anti-Trump, and then now all of a sudden he's playing favorites. Yeah. Like he's always been on Trump's side. I
don't think that's exclusive to Trump though. Every time there's a clear winner for a party to be the nominee, everybody else falls in line. That's happened forever.
Yeah.
It's just the two-party system. Like, people stop caring about the candidate that they actually want to win, and they're like, okay, I'll just ride with this guy because
Vivek's honestly
two evils.
Vivek's a crazy marketer. He was on a frat Instagram page doing a promo video with them. I was like,
he was everywhere, bro. The last couple of days, he was everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, we had our best performing YouTube video ever. I think it's at 130,000 views
let's see
now.
what it's at.
And it was like a 3-minute clip of Gary Cardone talking about how he had Vivek over at his house for a podcast interview. That was it. 130,000 views, and the comments section was going insane.
Yeah.
So, like, this guy was obviously trending, and I think the projections last night for the Iowa caucus were pretty on point with what actually happened. Like, Trump won by 30 points. Nikki Haley and DeSantis were close, and then Vivek had like 7 or 8 points.
Bro.
Vivek was talking about, and Elon Musk even said Vivek was going to win. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Elon Musk predicted that Vivek was going to win the Iowa caucus.
Bro, Danny hit that bet by 0.1%. He had that 7.5.
What was the bet?
It was 7.6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It
bet
was over under
7.5.
7.5% of the vote.
And what Vivek end up with?
7.6.
Oh my god.
Vegas knows.
That's so great. Shout out to Danny. He's honestly
That's
out of any of the guys I know who bet sports, he's the one that consistently wins. And he puts a lot of money down when he bets. So
Yeah.
remember we met him at the Jake Paul fight? That was the first time we met him, and he had like
Yeah.
so much on Jake Paul winning.
Oh, shout out Ben Bader. On the podcast, we made a bet about the Steelers getting 10 wins, and he said dinner. Whoever loses has to take us out to dinner, and he's like, I owe you dinner.
Did the
I'm
Steelers get 10 wins?
Like,
How about last night? Did they win?
yeah. Dude, shut up, bro.
They did not.
Stop.
But all right,
Stop.
before we keep jumping
Stop.
to different topics, no, reel it back into the politics. What do
There
you
we
think is
go.
going to happen with Vivek? What do you think is going to happen with the rest of the caucuses?
I
mean,
think
he dropped out, right?
he's going to be VP.
I don't think he'll be VP, but I think he'll be around for a long time. For him, like, who wants to be the vice president of the United States?
Biden did it for 8 years, and now he's president.
Yeah, but he's a career politician. He has nothing else to do. Vivek is super famous. He's super smart. He's a great entrepreneur. He could do a million different things between now and when he wants to run for president.
True.
Yeah, I think he played his cards like extremely well, like especially for dropping out of the race this early on.
Did you see that video of him giving like a valedictorian speech at his high school? Mm-hmm. This is the most well-spoken person in
Yeah,
history. It's
because
unreal.
the common debate is like he's like the Republican Obama because he's well-spoken.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I
that
said.
like this is for politics or for stage, but like that's just how he's always been. If you go back to like the valedictorian speech from high school, dude's just like always been
just like a chronic
like
overachiever.
captivating. Yeah, and captivating, like a great public speaker,
Yeah.
which is obviously huge. But yeah, he's interesting. I love Vivek, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if he's president one day in our lifetimes. He's 38, I think, which is like crazy to think about. 38 years old.
What's the age to be president? 35?
35, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, between now and the election, I don't really care about politics at all. You just know it's going to be Biden versus Trump. Like,
Well, yeah, I think after last night, that's become very clear. So now it'll
Bro,
be
the
interesting
election
to see.
night's like the Super Bowl for me. I get trashed.
trash
You get,
on
like,
election
hammered?
night.
Like at Binghamton when we had our apartment the night of the election, we just sat there and drank and watched like Fox News all night.
Well, it's not like a yearly thing, so I feel like there's only been like one
Yeah, you're
real
looking at a small
election night
sample size.
Well,
experience.
yeah, the one time I did it.
But that'll be like the new thing.
this is the mind of an alcoholic. He goes back 4 years ago. He's like, well, it has to be a new tradition.
Tradition.
And we woke up to some robbery.
What
but
about
it's a
in
different
2016?
story. I didn't give a shit about politics. I was like working a froyo shift, and I was like, "Oh, Trump's beating Hillary. That's cool. That's interesting." I stayed up and watched it all night though, till like 2 a.m. And dude, I'll never get how like in high school we would stay up till 1 a.m., get up at 5:30, just go to school, go to sports practice, work, just like no coffee in our
Built
system,
different, bro.
no Zyn.
Feel
Different,
different.
Yeah, you're washed up now.
definitely washed up.
Become weak.
But oh god, Elon versus Cuban DEI debate.
I mean, that kind of ties right into the politics, right?
Who do you side with? Cuban or Elon?
Elon said that DEI is like a waste. It's just like going too far, right?
Yeah, basically
He called it
thinks,
reverse racism. Basically.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, you can't virtue signal to the point where it harms the fucking economy and businesses. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Well, he's saying no, it's racist.
Elon's saying it's racist against like white people.
Yeah, or no, he's just saying in general. Like if you just look at the definition of racism, just judging somebody,
It's
by
racist.
their
You're
differences.
basically making a hiring decision based on someone's race.
Yeah, that
Like
makes
that's
no
the
sense.
entire point.
He believes that all hiring decisions should be made colorblind,
Yeah,
just based on. He believes in like a pure meritocracy, which we've moved away from. I think DEI was great when it was founded, and now it's gotten to a point where everything's leveled out enough, and it just shows it was a measure to make things equal. And now if you look at all the hiring statistics, it's gone past equal to a point where now it's just having the reverse effect on other groups of people. So I'd say I side with Elon. Mark Cuban's interesting, though, because he's a super smart guy, and I like a lot of his takes. But I also feel like he's still, like, Shark Tank, Hollywood, trying to, like, posture to that crowd at the same time.
Yeah, I don't really get Cuban. I feel like he's
Same with the NBA, bro. I think
he's
that's a
sold
big
out of the
part it, too.
Mavericks. Why would you do that?
The NBA's gone super woke.
Yeah.
I think Patrick Bet-David was talking about in his podcast, like the viewership compared to the NFL this year, it's like usually up there. It's not even close.
Really?
Like NBA viewership is tanked.
I think the NBA product isn't as good anymore. Like,
Yeah.
Remember watching like a Lakers Kobe versus like Paul Pierce Celtics game? It just like felt meaningful.
Vintage.
Even in the regular season.
Yeah, it used to feel like meaningful. Now you watch a game and it's just like a dunk contest. Like there's no defense and shit, you know?
The best in our generation, I feel like, was when the Miami Heat teams would
Yep.
play like the Melo Knicks teams in the regular
so
season.
Oh, the Knicks, yeah.
Always would be super intense.
I'll never forget it. We would all sit around our TV in high school and watch like LeBron play the Dirk Nowitzki Mavs and see how that went, you know?
LeBron and the Lakers are struggling this year. Not looking good for the
See,
boys.
Jimmy Butler came back last night,
Yeah.
dropped 31.
The Heat are
One
good.
OT.
They've been hot. They've been hot.
Ooh.
I know.
D Wade's getting a statue outside the stadium.
Really?
Spoelstra is the highest paid coach in the league.
Spoelstra is a legend, bro. Did he see he waited until his divorce settlement until the Heat waited?
Based.
That was definitely Pat Riley being like, "Yo, I got you, bro."
Yeah.
Like,
You got to give
based.
away half. Here's 4x more. It's so fire.
They waited until his divorce settled to give him the biggest extension for a coach ever. Like, genius.
The wife's probably
120 million.
sick.
Well deserved. I mean, the guy's a legend. He's
He's the best coach in the league.
Talk about. That's why I love just sports in general. Everyone's like, sports ball's stupid. Spoelstra was like a video production guy for the Heat, like the bottom of the barrel. Worked his way all the way up to a head coach. Love that shit. I feel like sports have like the greatest ascension stories of any industry. Like how many fucking McDonald's fry cooks go on to be like a C-suite guy?
Probably not a lot.
Not many. If you just grind,
even if they did, who
Mike
cares?
McDaniel, he was the same guy, grinding his balls off, and now he's coach of the Dolphins. Crazy.
Sports a good example of like a meritocracy in a way.
Yeah,
Like
if
you're
you
just judged on results and your
Yeah.
ability.
Which
That's
is
how
why the
everyone
Mark
should
Cuban situation was so funny.
Yeah.
Because everyone's response was like, well, you're owner of the Mavs, so why don't you go and implement DEI on your own basketball team?
Yeah, like you're not going to find the next
Doesn't
Jeremy
make any
Lin
sense.
just because he looks like him. Like, no, you're going to stick with Luka.
Some of the skits were so funny, bro. Twitter's been hilarious recently. I think the Twitter algorithm is like, it's changed so much.
Well, do you guys sit on the For You or the following side?
The For You, that's
You.
probably why.
I do the
Because
following.
if I like one tweet, I'll get like 10 tweets that are related to that topic, like instantly.
I do the following.
Following?
One. Yeah.
I'll probably
when you
have to switch.
when you
Because
open
I'll
your
open
phone-
Twitter at 9 a.m. and see someone get decapitated, and then I'm anxious all day and I can't work. And that's like,
built different.
I'm a creative, bro. I need to think. I need to have a clear head. I can't
Exactly.
yeah.
That's the easiest way to clear.
Bro,
somebody's head.
but for me,
It's
like
the
Twitter's
captain,
become more of entertainment than it used to be like work and business.
Yeah,
which
true.
is a problem. So I gotta switch back to the following page.
Yeah, following.
I'll
is
open the
spot.
For You page and it's just like entertainment and like memes and
Yeah.
like during the NFL playoffs, like everyone's just making fun of Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts, and it's like this is entertaining. But
Dude, when I
gotta-
made the Internet Hall of Fame, so many people saw that shit. It was
Oh yeah,
my
talk
God.
about this. So Christian, for everyone in our audience, you probably have been seeing him all over the place, whether it be on TikTok or Barstool's page on Twitter, or
Tom
Internet
Segura's
Hall of Fame.
podcast.
Tom Segura's podcast.
Thor
Like,
texted me about that.
That was
so
nuts.
random, bro. So talk about your rise to fame.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hilarious because I just literally pull out my phone and record a 1-minute video and post it, and then that's
Now
it.
be careful what you're saying here, bro, because they're gonna clip this up and probably analyze it on podcast too.
I wish. I think it's more of the topics I speak on than me, which is fine, but I don't know. I just think of topics that are relatable to a mass audience, and then I put a little twist on it and post it out. So that's really it. Like I was in Miami, got lunch with a couple guys like Mason and Ben, got a cappuccino, got mandatory. I had a tip. Like I didn't have a choice. I had to tip $2 on my order. I was like, that's stupid. Sat down outside the cafe, made a video about it, posted it, got an Uber to the airport. Video goes viral. I've done that same topic like 5 times. It goes viral every time. About
And if people have listened to our podcast, where'd we get that from?
what?
Repurposing something that's already gone viral.
Who's that?
Ryan Megan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember he literally told us, like, bro, just post the same thing over and over and over
Yeah.
again.
I'm going to go home and do another Pilates video. I need some more ad revenue, bro.
So,
I've
like,
been
if you guys have been
slacking.
watching the podcast and listening and implementing the same way Christian, who's on the podcast, has been doing, maybe you'd be viral on TikTok.
It's
by
not
now.
just
Yeah.
eyeballs. It's money. Like how much money did you make from the Creator Fund this month?
Yeah, I made like 2-3 grand, which is all right, but
That's a lot more than the $2 that you tipped the cappuccino place.
that's facts. The money's in the TikTok shop, bro. That's the real key. If you can sell a product on TikTok, like some dude on Twitter made like 5 figures in sales from a single video, so that's my next goal. Maybe I should link a Pilates product in my video, see what happens.
Link,
That's a fucking
ListKit,
great
bro.
idea. I'm going to go do that later.
Yeah, I was gonna say promote our own shit.
Sell some leads.
I've tried the business stuff. It doesn't obviously go as viral. I'm trying, bro.
It's just not mass
We
market.
don't have mass market stuff.
Yeah.
It makes sense, though.
Let's make
Just
a
wait till we launch a cigar.
Yeah.
Wait till we have a Pilates SaaS for our millionaires.
Pilates SaaS? What would that even be?
I
Like
don't
the
even
actual
know.
program
like an
inside
AI
the system?
Pilates, AI Pilates class you could do at home. That would
That would
actually
be-
go crazy.
That would be wild, bro. But yeah, I guess the question that probably everyone is asking it, and we talk about this internally all the time, but like, are these your actual thoughts, or are you just saying these things to go viral?
I'll have a thought, not necessarily what I like. It's not a massively I don't have massive conviction in it. Like women shouldn't work. Oh my god. It's just like, oh, that's a cool thought. Let me make a video. Because I saw someone in Tampa like going into work and she was wearing like some ReliQuest T-shirt. I'm like, she should be not working for ReliQuest. So I made the video and that was it.
Was she bad?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
But you have to put conviction behind it or else no one's going to believe you. Like that's the biggest thing for any content. If you don't have conviction in what you're saying, it's very easy to tell. Vivek, great speaker. You can tell he believes in what he's saying.
And you have to speak in absolutes.
Yeah.
For TikTok.
I can't be like, oh, I think. You have to be like, no, this is the fact. And that's it. And everyone's like, oh, why aren't my videos going viral? I'm like, the first 3 seconds of your clip are just like, people are out of there right away.
So how do you hook them? What's your hook?
What I found is like, you do a hook like,
Other than being super handsome.
yeah. You do a hook that's like, you know,
It's like, yeah.
social awareness is the biggest sign of intelligence. And then right away go into like stories. If your music's being played too loud, if you're in the way of somebody at the grocery store, if you're being annoying, fix those things. So now
It's
people
like
are
a bold statement.
oh, I can relate to that. Someone at the grocery store today was pissing me off, right? Then you give an example about it, like, you know, it's very easy to tell who's highly intelligent based on how socially aware you are, and you just kind of lead them, trail them off the whole way. If you do edited clips, it's a lot easier to catch people, hook people in because of like the dopamine. Like there's clips on TikTok of like someone doing a racing game while Tate's talking, and people just keep
Yep.
watching because you're watching the fucking game.
You're watching the game and then listening to what Tate's saying. It's great.
Have you
Yeah.
ever tried that with your own video or no?
No. So even for this podcast, that's why I'm saying like I think we should just get right into a topic, like just off the jump. You know what I mean? Because if people click on the thumbnail, maybe they're here to watch us. But if we don't hop into an interesting topic right away, they're out. So it's like
It's a great point.
you just have to go right into it. So
Good point.
So statement, story, and then you just follow it up with like a conclusion statement again?
yeah, and then I just find a way to make it a minute long so I get paid.
Yeah.
Because I've been at like 40 seconds, like, well, I don't really know what else to say, but let's figure something out. And I just people say I'm yapping, but that's how you get paid. So
Dude's a professional yapper.
Professional yapper. That was so funny. Those comments. Something else. But all right, pivot topics. Another topic that we talked about with Gary Cardone, which was an episode that did pretty well. That was a fun one too. But he was obviously like a Bitcoin maxi. And since then, Bitcoin ETF got approved, I think, right?
Yeah.
I was so confused by that. Cause
Yeah, it's
like,
approved.
On Twitter, it was like approved. And then they were like, wait, no, it got hacked. So like, what's the deal?
I don't know. It's
It's
approved.
approved?
Though.
It's
Yeah.
approved? We're good?
I don't think they got hacked
Is
at
it
all.
trading right now or no?
I believe. Let me see. Let's see. Real time. Bitcoin ETFs. ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF are becoming more common. Let's see. Approval. The whole ETF thing is interesting to me because with a gold ETF, like you, instead of physically buying a block of gold, you buy the ETF, but Bitcoin's already digital. So why wouldn't you just go and buy regular Bitcoin instead of the ETF? Is that just like the whole managed thing that Gary talks about? Like, I don't understand
I
that.
think it's just another means of purchasing it. Like it just, it makes it more accessible to more people. Like traditional investors are not going to go set up a MetaMask or a Coinbase account to buy Bitcoin. They just don't.
But like signing
understand
up for Coinbase is just as easy as probably easier than opening up an IRA or whatever.
But imagine you have an investment portfolio on a brokerage account. Like you're going to want to stay loyal to that one brokerage.
That's true.
Or some traditional way of investing is the way I would probably look at it.
Bitcoin and Ether strategy ETF. Oh no, this one's been out. Never mind. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep buying regular coins though, so I don't really care.
Like
Do you not get nervous about like the fact that you just have it in a hard drive?
You have your recovery for
yeah, if
phrase.
you lose it, it's not like a big deal.
I have it written down, then I have it at my parents' houses. So like,
You could order a new drive.
Got it, okay.
thing is the drive has to go with the seed phrase, so you have to have those.
well,
two.
I have a app on my laptop, so I don't even have the physical hard drive.
You
which
don't have the ledger, you're saying?
I have my Bitcoin on a different wallet.
What's the seed phrase? Let's read it out.
Fuck you.
Bicycle, pumpkin.
No,
orange.
it's something. Yeah, it's like
Talking about investments, though,
12
okay,
words.
Bitcoin, I think, yeah, great investment, whatever. But what are some other investments that?
bro, racehorses, bro. Fuck every other investment avenue. I don't care what else you want to do. I'm investing in racehorses. I'm very excited about that. It's gonna be the most fun I've ever had this summer. I can't
What's
wait.
the guy's name or the girl? The filly? Salib.
Salib. Oh, we're supposed to get another one today. Let's see if it went through.
Just collecting racehorses.
Yes.
So talk to the people about the strategy. What's the investment strategy? And this is not financial advice, by the way.
Yeah, so basically a racehorse goes up for sale. I'm part of like a barn basically of people that invest in horses. So basically the group buys the horse. They give out equity for 5%. I invest $1,000 for 5%. Every time the horse races, I get 5% of the owner's pot. So if the horse comes in first, it gets 55% of the purse. The owners take home 87, the trainer gets 13, and then I get 5% of the 87% of the winnings. And the horse races like 8 times a year, so we can every time the horse races, I have an ability to profit, and then if it does good, they relist it and hopefully sell it for profit, and I get paid out on that. So it's like,
What's the hope that you just get enough horses to the point that one goes all the way and wins a massive race like the Preakness or the Derby, or most of them pretty consistent for earnings?
right now the horses that they've been buying are too old to even race in a Kentucky Derby. They're like 5-year-olds. You have to be like 2 or 3 to do Kentucky Derby. So the goal right now is just like literally cash flow, bro. Think about it. Like it's like dividends. Every race is a dividend. Obviously, it's a huge gamble, but I get it's like an NFT. You get literally access to the owner's area of the track. You get a free parking pass.
Bro, that's what I think from my perspective, like the attractiveness of it, especially for you, is you go to the races every summer.
Yeah.
So you're essentially just buying a VIP ticket to go to the races.
Yeah,
And
like
if there are dividends and other, returns on investment, great.
the networking out of it too. Like I'm sure I'll go up there this summer and they'll have like a box, and I'll go up there and hang out and meet people and just network that way. But
Yeah, do you get any like VIP access
Um,
as an owner of it or no?
I don't know. I think when the horse races, I get to go like out into the paddock and walk out with it to the track, which is sick. So I'll be like,
That'd be a great place to make a TikTok, just walking out with your horse.
Yeah.
the best investment. Yeah, no, that'll be fun. But I don't know. It's an interesting spot because the people that do it are brand new to it, but their uncle or their dad was very big into it. So like they're just building it up, and I'm getting in early. And their goal is to work up to like bigger horses. So I'll probably just keep investing in horses and roll the profits over, and who knows? One day there could be a bigger horse, but
Let's talk about how your other gambling is going. How was this past weekend in NFL betting?
trash, bro.
What was your record on the 5-6 games?
0-5.
0-5.
I guessed every single game
Lost
wrong.
every single one.
It's tough.
I got every game wrong, badly.
And then right when he was like, dude, I went 0 for 5, Daniel pops in. He's like, first sports bet, 1.
Ever, yeah. Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Eagles.
So
That was
annoying.
great.
Daniel doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, look what I did. I'm like, fuck off. But
Man, let's talk about traveling. I'm not traveling this week. You guys are flying all over the place. You're going to Colorado or
I'm going to Utah this week.
Utah. What are you going out there for?
So Matt Moore, who we had on the podcast a while back when we were doing the what was that, the
4x4 by
4x4 by 48 running challenge, the David Goggins challenge. So Matt Moore has a community called Elevate, and I was supposed to go to Colorado last year for an event with him, and it was the day that the hurricane hit Tampa, and so the airport was closed. Couldn't go to that event, but he's got another event this week in Utah, which is like a snowboarding trip. So my brother's in the community too. Jack, he's going to be going.
Really?
And then Cam, who does all the Client Ascension events, he's going to be going. So it's going to be a good group. I've never been to I've been to Utah, but not for snowboarding trips. So hopefully I don't die.
Is it like structured, or you guys are just like hanging out?
It's just like Bible studies, exploring the city, and snowboarding.
What city?
Salt Lake City.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. That's cool.
When was the last time you went snowboarding?
Last winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I go usually once a year, but then I have another snowboarding trip next month in Colorado. So
For Taylor?
for Taylor Welch, yeah.
It's fire, bro.
So
Jeez, gonna be hitting the slopes
you're going
a
to
lot.
Taylor, huh?
So gonna be hitting the slopes a lot.
I know. Might be full-time snowboarder after this winter season.
Yeah, I haven't been skiing in 4 or 5 years. I miss it. So fun.
Bro, it is so fun, especially if you go with a good group of people. It's just the best.
Yeah, I have no desire to do that ever.
Huh?
I tried skiing when I was little, and I was like, nope. Too cold. I'm out.
Bro, I mean, it's so cold here in Tampa right now. Like,
No, it ain't.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? It was
About-
warm out today. It was like
It's
75.
like 60.
About 50 degrees is the difference. If you want an actual answer.
Bro, it's so cold here. It's not good.
The aesthetic does look sick, though. Like
Yeah,
Park City with the
mountains.
lights and the snow and stuff looks fire.
Yeah, it's going to be fire.
So
I'm
fun.
hyped.
I remember last time I went skiing, I hadn't been in like 5 years, but I got to a point before that when I was a kid, when I was pretty decent. Like I was going down blues and like I've done like 1 or 2 blacks. So I hopped on and I was like, I'm gonna be good. I remember how to ski. I skied a black down when I was like 12. Literally just I hopped off the thing and like halfway down, I was like, I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop.
And you're going pretty fast at that point.
So fast. So I was like, shit, what was like the thing they taught to stop?
Pizza.
Pizza. So I pizzaed and I hit my face so hard that I flipped over and landed on my back.
That's why I don't want to go skiing.
It was bad. It was,
I've heard so many people like break arms and shit. I'm like,
was
Bro,
like-
but like you
it was
just
like
gotta
Jameis.
be
It was
like
pain everywhere.
chill. Like I'm not going on any of those. I'm just going on like the nice rides and just going down. More enjoying like the views and the aesthetics, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go down the hill a couple of times, but nothing crazy.
It's always fun to do like a couple jumps though at the end of the day when
No.
you're like really get a hang of it.
Maybe if I'm like drinking and I got some zins in, like
Oh, you definitely don't want to drink while you're snowboarding.
oh, you have to.
one day
It's a
That
terrible
makes it
idea.
like fun. Then
I'll
you're
find
just
a
loose.
snowmobile trip that day and do that instead. Snowmobiling's so fun.
I mean, you're gonna be in Nashville. They're getting massive winter storms right now, so you might actually be able to
Yeah,
go
that's absolutely
skiing and
It's
snowboarding.
really shot. It's fucked up.
How's dry January going for everybody?
I never started dry
Hell.
January.
Smart man.
L.
I don't lie to myself. I don't sit here and tell myself I'm gonna do something and then don't do it.
I did damp January.
Damn, just
I've only drank once. Yeah.
lightly.
Yeah, I've only drank twice and halfway through the month. That's better than KPI for me.
better
Beating
than KPI.
That's what's important. That's what's
I
Better
important.
was
than the
going
mean.
so great, and then I got a text from somebody who might work with us, and he was like, "Yo, audition." I'm like, "Fuck,
Yeah, next week's gonna be rough for me. 'Cause it'll be New York City,
Gaspy."
and then Gasparilla.
Bro, I can't believe it's been a year since the last one. I feel like it just happened.
It's also always terrible weather. Hopefully we get a good one. Like our first 2 were just freezing each day.
Yeah.
Last year was freezing, was it?
Yeah, it was cold.
The first one was way.
First one was
colder.
really
way
cold.
colder.
First one like dropped below 40 for a second there, like during the morning. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I can't wait for Gasparilla.
Gas.
gonna be
Always
fire.
a good one to look forward
Who
to.
did we talk to about Gasparilla last year on the podcast?
Chandler.
Chandler.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was giving us the whole history lesson.
That was great.
Let's see.
We got some good clips from that one.
Basically
What
just
else
Mardi
we
Gras.
got?
It's just an all-day party, yeah, pretty much.
What else we got?
Pretty
Oh,
much.
Hormozi investing in school.
That's going to be a game changer.
I know. I wonder how much he paid. He said
I
it
wa-
was his biggest investment in anything ever.
I wonder how that happens though, because like his focus is on like his portfolio and building like brick and mortar stuff, and then he's just like school.
I mean, technically though, that's now part of his portfolio.
But do you think that? Do you think that's like him reaching out to Sam, or Sam's like, "Hey mate, like
It was I think it was mutual because they've both spoken very highly of each other. And then with Hormozi's like brand, $100 million offers, $100 million leads. Like, he's creating people that are just going to create school groups, essentially. And because he doesn't have his own version of school, he might as well get a piece of what already exists. He probably saw that all of the guys that are reading $100 million offers are going to start their own offers in their programs on Kajabi, on Circle, whatever the other platforms are, and said, let's just push everyone to one and get a piece of it.
It's like our ListKit, kind of.
Yeah. It's like we're starting a lead gen agency. We're doing client Ascension, showing everyone how to do cold email, pushing them to Apollo. Why not just start our own version? Or like he did, Hormozi is always about acquiring other businesses. Like, that's what he does better than anyone else.
Yeah.
It's just such a good product, too.
Yeah.
Like, all the other ones are...
I mean, I really like Circle. But I think School is great for, like, the lower ticket, middle tier products, where Circle is great for, like, masterminds, really high-end experiences.
Who's in Circle? Chamber?
Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Welch has his set up in Circle. It's, like, the only coaching program I've ever been a part of where I can't download a video or share a login with anyone.
Really?
Which is, like, for them, genius. But, like, I feel like you could do that with any other platform. Share a login, download a video, send it to one of your team members. So they have it on lock, which is important when you're paying, a lot of money.
10, 20, 30, 40 grand.
40, 45 grand for a mastermind. Like, you have to have the security on lock. Also, Cole Gordon, did you see their announcement for next event? They said, I'll talk to them about this because I think we had a different deal, but they said it's only the main person that signed up plus one other person.
Isn't that what they said last time?
No. This is like a new rule that they're instating.
I wonder if we fucking made that rule.
We definitely made that rule happen, but we also, when I talked to Igor, I'm just shilling names now, putting everyone on the line. They're not listening to this anyways. But yeah, when I talked to their rep, that was part of our deal. So I don't know if I'll be able to go to that one though anyways. It's at the end of February. Then I'll be gone all of February.
Yeah.
What else do you have going on in February?
I have Taylor's event in Colorado, and then we have Dylan's wedding in Miami.
Are you going?
Yeah, you have to go, bro.
Yeah. Last time you were like, I don't know. It's like, why?
No.
It's gonna
I was
be
just
fire.
messing with you at dinner, bro.
It's going to be so fun, bro.
Figuring out the details. I'm taking Dan.
Really? Hey.
I guess I'm going.
We're
I guess
getting
I'm driving you
groovy.
guys to Miami.
Yeah, we need a ride, bro.
Fuck yeah, that's great. That's
Taking
gonna
the
be fun.
Utility
toaster.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
that'll
be
be
fun.
mad fun. It's like on a yacht
Yeah.
for the entire day or something.
5 hours, pretty fire.
That's crazy. In Miami. Yeah, we have to go. Maybe we could schedule some podcasts.
In Miami?
Yeah.
When?
Huh?
When?
On the boat.
The wedding's on a Saturday.
With Jonathan Taylor.
Is it Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
It's on a Saturday? No, I'm pretty sure it's oh yeah, it is Saturday.
Promise you it's Saturday.
Yeah, it's
because I would have been
Saturday.
very sad if it was set Friday night. Got Drake.
You got Drake. Dude, I'd be so down for that. Sunday we'd rip some podcasts.
Deathly hungover. On my deathbed.
Outside of club space. Just there with the aliens in Miami.
Should hit
Or
up-
actually just
when we're all
Massive
boozing,
BBLs.
just be like, yo, JT, tomorrow, bro, podcast.
Yeah, honestly.
get them to agree to it. Have them sign something.
Fine prints, like you give us your next year's salary if you don't show up.
If you don't show up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be legendary. Yeah. Lots of trips.
Let's talk about
Lots of travel.
some ListKit. We got direct dials coming.
A lot of cool stuff coming.
Yeah, I think the thing we realized about ListKit is we've done a really good job getting the word out there. We have a consistent flow of new users signing up. And it's just like the same thing with anything that you're trying to grow. Like, you can chat ram users in, but at some point you have to then, like Hormozi says, like ascend those users or increase the value of each of those users. Like, you can't just get more users and grow only that one way. You have to get more users, which is going to grow it, and then expand the value of those users at the same time.
You have to constantly be unlocking new features.
Yeah, and so that's really what the roadmap looks like for ListKit now. Is we have the B2B emails, which is like the core product, the triple verified emails, and behind the scenes we've been working on mobile numbers, which we're now beta testing and rolling out in the next couple of weeks. And then on top of that, we're working on like local business data. We're working on startup funding data. We're working on B2C data. And so just building out more products so that the user base is not only coming to us for emails, but all these other things, which is just going to 2, 3, 4x the customer lifetime value.
Yeah. One thing that I thought was pretty cool, I was looking at Instantly's website, and they've obviously done a fantastic job.
Dude, shout out to Instantly. These guys are absolute killers. Like, such an inspiration is for anyone building a SaaS business. If you're not familiar with, what is it, instantly.ai?
Yeah.
I think is their website. These guys, we watch them literally. We're all from the same space on Twitter. We literally watched them go from starting or having this cold email agency, which they did an amazing job with at the time, go into building this sending software for cold emailers from scratch, no funding, fully bootstrapped, and have scaled it to multi-million-dollar ARR company
and
in like 2 years.
It's going to be a 9-10 figure exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily. Like right today, it could get that valuation. And so like as sitting here as SaaS founders ourselves, like huge inspiration. And we're really looking at what those guys have done and how they've been so successful.
In such a short period of time. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
We were talking about this when I was going back in my call logs. Like, I had a ListKit demo with them years ago, which is absolutely nuts.
ListKit was the
a productized service.
Productized service.
It's a completely different service now, but it just shows you how quickly things can happen. But what I was going to say about them, and just talking about like updating people like we're doing right now on what's on the horizon, and constantly having people like have new features to look forward to, they just have their roadmap straight on their website.
Yep.
So if you just go to instantly.ai, you can just click on roadmap. You can see all the shit that their team is working on full time, which I thought was super interesting.
Sounds like a NFT project. That used to be the shit. Like, oh, the roadmap, bro. Like, this is coming.
No, what was it called? What were the groups called that everyone thought was going to be like the thing?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
DAOs.
DAOs, yeah. DAOs. Whatever happened to DAOs? Whatever DAOs were like the future. Remember, everyone's like,
just doused in
join my DAO.
And went up in flames.
I haven't heard about a DAO since like
that's stupid.
2 years ago.
I haven't heard about any Web3 application that people actually use
yet.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you think is like the first Web3 application where like it has to be built on the Ethereum network?
It's going to be transacted. It's going to be all enterprise. It's going to be like AWS services, cloud storage.
Yeah, I think because my cousin works at the Web3 division at Amazon, like that's probably going to be the number one.
The biggest thing is like just
enterprise
safe data that can't, because it's decentralized, it can't be like hacked into and taken down.
Yeah,
like AWS,
and it's way cheaper for
AWS
them.
Goes down because it's one fucking warehouse, or I'm sure they have a bunch of warehouses, obviously, but it's like a mainnet that can be shut down with a Web3, blockchain. It's all decentralized, and you can't just shut the whole thing down. So
let me reframe that. What do you think is the first thing that's like mass adopted at a consumer level?
Games.
Yeah,
I think tickets.
Definitely games for now.
Games like video games.
You log into a Fortnite and you can come in first in a tournament and earn like Fort coin that's worth like actual money. And like you unlock.
That's what what's his name? Alex Becker's super bullish on, right?
Well, yeah. Think about it, because all these people. I mean, I love video games. I just don't play them anymore. But you grind 10 hours in Grand Theft Auto and you beat this mission and you get a rare one-of-one vehicle that you can sell on a marketplace. And if you own that vehicle, you're like, everyone thinks it's dumb, like, oh, you own this NFT, that's stupid. But if everyone's playing GTA and you have the nicest car that's like a status symbol, and some idiot will pay a ton of money for that. You know what I mean? That's where I think the most immediate adoption is in Web3, for sure.
Remember when people were buying digital mansions as a status symbol?
Yeah, but I think in a video game, like if you own the best house in GTA,
or like the best gun in Fortnite or something.
That's like an actual thing.
It would take a game like needing to become that popular.
Because every single person would drive by that house every day, and it's literally your fucking house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like imagine in a GTA, you could literally like rent out as a joke, like everyone used to go to the strip club in GTA because it was funny. Like imagine you own the strip club in GTA and people have to like pay you to walk in and you physically get money. That'd be insane.
There's something so dystopian about all that.
Yeah,
but not really though, because people already play video games. Though.
Yeah,
I know, but people like getting status from having a big mansion and a.
It's not even
strip club
status
they
though.
own.
It's not status. It's just utility.
It's kind of been happening. Remember Anthony Eclipse was saying like how he ran it up with like Roblox and stuff like that?
Yeah.
A lot of people ran it up with Minecraft and Roblox, like getting paid actual money for like creating things in that like sphere.
It's almost like a sponsorship. Imagine if like ListKit's logo was on the Knicks jersey.
Yeah.
But instead it's like Daniel Crowley and there's millions of people playing this game every day and your name's on the nicest house. Like it's just like a
Digital real
flex.
estate.
I don't know. It's cool. Well, that's why I believe in all that shit so much, dude. Like everybody already plays games and all this stuff, so it's gonna be a thing.
That's a good point.
So-
Yeah, I don't know any other applications that make a lot of sense. I think tickets are like actual contracts as well.
Yeah.
That Gary does a good job. I mean, the only thing I've seen is VCon.
But even then, like the fact that you had to get the NFT to get the ticket massively devalued the ticket itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just made it harder to access.
Yeah. Like those for a conference like he put on, you easily could have charged $1,000.
We talked
selling
about
for
it
like
because
150,
like the
200
Andrew
bucks.
Schultz ticket alone was worth more than what
Yeah, it's
people were
worth
paying for the
200,
VCon
300
ticket.
bucks.
Poor Gary. He's like too far ahead of his time.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but I mean, it'll pay off. For him, it's always long time horizon. It'll pay off. I don't know
same
how.
same
but-
thesis though. Like a Super Bowl ticket for the first Super Bowl was probably like $50.
Yeah,
But I mean, he's so like balls deep in what makes money now too, that like
He doesn't really care.
he's fine.
he
He's
can
fine.
have the long time horizon.
Yeah.
yeah, which is cool.
Like yeah, he takes a hit on probably paying speakers to come to his event, or maybe not because he has the connections. But on the other side, he's making 8 figures a year from selling
off
out
his
those
off his
speakers.
V Friends 1 mint, he probably made like 8 figures.
Yeah,
Like selling the original V1s.
yeah. A lot of these NFT creators made a lot of money early on, and all of them, for the most part, especially like the ones that had real business experience, like Gary, instantly converted that ETH into USD.
Yeah.
So they didn't
But
like suffer.
that can't feel rewarding for most of them. Like Gary's fought tooth and nail to provide value to the people that actually bought his NFT, but almost everybody else just fucked everybody over.
Yeah, and still, even
Inadvert-
guys in Gary's community
Yeah.
are
Pissed.
down bad.
Look at Logan Paul. He just had to refund a bunch of people.
Yeah,
he
and
actually?
That's still going. I'm pretty sure. What's his name? Who's the
Coffeezilla?
CoffeeZilla? He did another video on that like last week.
Because I think Logan ended up refunding all the people that like originally bought the NFT or whatever it is to get in the game, but all of the coin inside the game, like he was talking about, that people lost money on, he hasn't refunded that.
Yeah.
It's like out of like the $18 million in damages or something, he's refunded like 2.
You want to know the
Damn.
biggest utility in blockchain that will never happen? Voting.
Voting. That would be pretty cool.
Because like you can't fake that.
And it's
And
not
there's
controlled by anyone.
It's verified record. Like you could look up transaction AZ12845 and see that Andre voted for Biden, and you'll have proof of that. You know.
They would say it's way too high barrier to entry.
But it's
that you
not.
can't- They don't even expect people to be able to read, and they can still vote.
Or show their ID.
Yeah, you can't.
It's like,
No, but it's not even it's not user facing. It's like you show your ID, you vote, and
That's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying. That's already a huge thing.
it's not
like,
allowed,
it's
bro.
ju-
You can't show your ID.
it's-
That's
Yeah,
that's like a huge issue.
yeah. You don't need an ID to vote.
Why do you need an ID to vote?
Yeah, bro. Not everybody has IDs. What's wrong with you? You're so insensitive to.
That's the problem, bro. 100%. Like so many. It's sad how behind that.
I was just saying, like that's why it
Part
will
of the
never
world
happen.
it's intentionally behind.
Well, of course. Of course.
Anyways, what else we got?
It's so funny though.
the Tai
man.
Lopez backstory. I think that'd be cool.
Bro, your tweet today was fire. I was reading that. I was like,
I just thought about
this
that.
guy really just knows how to write copy.
I was just thinking about it because I saw Ty posted our clip and I was like, I can't believe that actually happened.
And we got a negative comment.
What? Oh yeah, because they said
That was the whole basis
that's
of your
what
tweet.
inspired it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
some guy flamed our production. I'm like, buddy, the fact that this is even an episode is crazy.
It was hilarious. I mean, we all had like completely different types of mics. I think I was holding the shotgun mic that you put on the top of the camera with like the spirally cord.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Shout out to me for being a nerd and bringing my sales mic on vacation.
Yeah,
I literally
for real.
always bring it with me.
Christian
Yeah,
had the
this
one
might
that had
actually
like
work.
the
Dude,
huge.
Mine was like 20 pounds. I was like, so Ty, what do you?
He's like holding a baby. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Ty had the best mic. That's all.
That's
that
all
really
that counted,
mattered.
yeah.
And the audio came out great. I thought.
Dude, he's been on like a podcast spree. We were like the second ones besides Graham Stephan.
Yeah. I remember in Graham Stephan's episode before we interviewed Ty was like 6 months before that. And so like we were the start of like the podcast sprint that he went on,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. Same with Gary Cardone. He's on like every podcast now.
Yeah.
I guess like if you want to go on a podcast spree, this is the first stop.
Yeah.
It's TikTok, bro.
We're the launch pad.
Yeah, the launch pad.
Theo Vaughn, if you want to appear on some, hit us up, bro. How about, was PBD at Trump? Was he at Mar-a-Lago? Was that what that was?
Yeah.
Who?
PBD posted a video in front of some mansion.
It was at Mar-a-Lago.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? When was that?
Like 2 days ago. He posted like, was this 18 million or 1.5 billion? Like just looking at
Oh,
how beautiful it
yeah,
was,
yeah.
joking about the
Because the SEC
value-
filings
yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
on the valuation of
What,
it.
they valued it at 1.5 billion?
No, they
18
valued
million.
at 18 million.
I mean,
So
I'll
what does
buy it
that
for
mean?
18 million if I could.
What does that mean, though? Why would they value
Well, they're
it so
trying to lower, like, make him look bad, right? Like, the whole idea of it is, like, Trump's bankrupt. He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
as well off financially as people think. And then you go in the SEC filings, and it's like, well, Mar-a-Lago is valued at $18 million.
I mean, that probably saved him a
which
shit
is a
ton
joke.
on taxes.
Yeah,
so
he's the one
Joke's on them.
laughing. Joke's on them.
it's
So,
about
yeah.
it's about saying like, hey, he's not really the businessman you think he is. His net worth isn't actually that high because that piece of land, which I don't know if you've ever been there. I mean,
I've drove by it.
yeah, you just look at it. It's like a fucking little town in Florida. Like there's no way it could
It's
possibly
gorgeous.
be $18 million.
Damn.
Like, if it was on the market for $18 million, like, people would fight tooth and nail to buy
Yeah.
it.
Why is he there? Was the question. Is he interviewing him?
PBD, I'm sure. They've had something in the works for a long time.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I can
For a
imagine
long
that.
time. He's got to be the next one to interview Trump.
What's the best podcast you've listened to recently?
Best podcast I've listened to recently.
Even just like an episode. Doesn't have to be a show.
Bro, I don't know if Tony Robbins is doing something new, but he's been on like every podcast recently. But him on Theo Vaughn was hilarious.
It
He was on
good.
Theo Vaughn?
It's just the most random collab because like Theo's super funny, but it was also like kind of serious.
Does he get Tony to like laugh?
Tony was like coaching him on like his his self image, and like Theo's like, sometimes I don't take myself so serious, and like the
No,
podcast
man.
is like
I gotta
huge,
watch
but I
that.
don't like feel my success.
Was
is
Theo
really
like
there
actually
yet.
like playing along with it, or was he just fucking
It was
around?
both. Like him and Tony were like, it was back and forth, like jokes but then serious, jokes but then serious. That's why I loved it because it was like a great
Yeah.
middle ground.
Yeah.
Damn.
How about you, Christian?
That, and I'll say, I mean, I don't think I've said this on the podcast yet. This was a little while back, but Andrew Tate on the George Janko podcast. It was 2 parts. Best podcast I've ever listened to, like for sure.
I literally just listened to that 2
Dude,
days ago.
So
So
good.
good.
So good.
I finished the first part. It was just a good mix of debate and just like story, but also just more so like talking about the state of society.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a super well flowing conversation. I thought like the Islam versus Christianity debates were really interesting. Mm-hmm. And also just got to a point where like Andrew Tate will go on a show and he's kind of doing like the
Playing
song
the character.
and dance. Yeah. And he just wasn't like that.
Not at all. That's
that
why I
show.
loved it.
Because you could tell that he respected George after like 15, 20 minutes of talking to him. He
Yep.
was like, oh shit, like most people don't make me think. Like you're actually making me think right now.
And George did another episode last week or this week, I think, talking about like behind the scenes how that episode happened in the first place and like his thoughts on it. And that was a really good one too. If you watched the Andrew Tate one, Patrick Bet-David was the one that set it up, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because George interviewed PBD either a month or so before that. And then he was like, he's, for whatever reason, just been visualizing the fact that he wants to interview Andrew Tate. Because he thinks, like, if he can interview Andrew Tate, like, this will be his big break. And he can change, like, the perception around Andrew Tate. And also George Janko, because after he left Impulsive, it was kind of up in the air.
Yeah, that was the first ever episode that I listened to.
Oh, his
George
podcast is
Janko.
my favorite.
I only listened to it because you said it was the best episode you've ever listened
Ever.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, because like I wouldn't ever listen to that podcast normally. And like if I see Andrew Tate on a podcast, I typically won't check it out just because I feel like it's usually more
It's
the
all
same.
the same.
Yeah,
It was just so
a
different.
lot different.
So different.
Dude, the best episode that I've listened to of a podcast recently was Theo Vaughn and Sean Strickland. Did you listen to that one?
No.
So good.
Sean
so good.
Strickland, that's so random.
Dude, because he's just a completely unhinged human being.
I know.
Like he'll constantly just go and talk about like how he like struggles on like a daily basis not to just go out and kill somebody.
Bro, there was a funny
Fucking
tweet.
nuts.
This is like funny but not funny, but they're like Sean Strickland in his next press conference with the guy he's fighting, and it was a scene from the Joker where he's like on the news show and he just shoots the guy.
Dude, it's crazy. So they got in a fight at UFC,
I saw that.
and Sean was like, I just thank God that nobody had like a camera angle of it because nobody saw it, but I bit him. Like he jumped over and just bit the guy. And it got to a point where like he broke down crying on the podcast. It was nuts.
I saw that clip. It was
Yeah.
all over Twitter the next day.
I mean, he's been through a lot of shit. So it's just,
It's insane. Him on Joe Rogan was also like super uncomfortable to watch. He's like, Joe, have you ever thought about killing
better
someone?
than the one with Rogan, simply because Theo's also like messed up in the head enough to
Yeah.
like,
He's like, oh yeah,
yeah,
bro, for real. Like just like going
yeah,
along with
like
the
Saul said,
craziest.
some crazy dark shit, and Theo will just make a joke about it.
Yeah,
Oh, that was good.
it's nasty. Like just some dumb.
And then another podcast I love, the All In podcast. They do like their end of the year review and like they give out awards, and it's all like focused on politics, business, and they also do like the beginning of the year predictions, which are like 2 of the best episodes of the year. You should watch that because we should start
It's good.
doing the
Similar
same thing. Yeah,
format.
super good, super entertaining podcast. Christian, you listen to podcasts or no?
Not like that. No.
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 What are you a music guy?
Yeah. Just play music all day, basically.
Bro, I just binge YouTube and podcasts. That's like it.
I can't work and then like listen to something. I just won't know what's going on.
Oh, I don't even do it when I'm working. I can't either. I can't focus unless it's like busy work, like going through emails and Twitter and whatnot. But on
For
walks,
me,
and
I
stuff
can listen
like
to like part of my take or a funny podcast while I'm working because I'm not paying
yeah,
attention.
yeah.
It's
You're
just,
not like hanging
background
on
noise.
every word.
But yeah, if it's more like educational thing, I'll do it when I'm walking or doing something else.
Making dinner.
Cigars kicking my ass right now.
Dude, this is such a good cigar. We should probably talk about cigars more since we are steak talk. But this is the Añejo Vieja Best Arturo Fuente cigar, if
Pretty
you're
good.
looking for one. Christian's a little shook up from it right now.
Yeah.
Did you eat food before this?
Fighting. I did. I didn't eat a lot today though, so need to go eat.
Yeah, I'm starving, bro.
Was everybody on their beginning of the year fitness journey? What have you
Trying.
guys been doing?
Not
Trying?
really. Just continuation.
Yeah, I mean, you've been really dialed in for 3-4 months now.
Not even, bro. I haven't been working out a lot, but on the nutrition side, yeah. That's
I mean, diet's way more important.
That's what I've realized. Like I don't really work out much. I do one thing that I do every single day that just sounds dumb and simple, but 10,000 steps a day. Like I have not missed that for like 4 months.
Yeah.
Like not a single day.
Damn.
And it's harder than you think.
Yeah.
Like you don't just end the day and you're at 10K steps. Like you actually have to like make an effort.
How have
Makes
things been
difference.
going in Logan's program?
Solid. I'm just trying to add weight to all my lifts. Been going up every week. It's a lot of legs too. I don't really do legs that much, so it's been good.
Oh, you're going through Logan's program?
Yeah.
Papa Fitz, he's got a kid on the way.
Papa Fitz, yeah. Legend.
It's fucking awesome.
That's cool. He just makes your workout program and you follow it in the gym.
Yeah,
on
and he
your
has
own?
like mobility stuff because I have like a lot of back pain sometimes, so he's helping me with like mobility and stuff.
You're just carrying Tampa on your back.
Trying,
It's a
bro.
heavy weight.
carrying
Man,
tampon.
this
in
man
his back.
defends the city
That's great.
with all his might.
Dude, I'm excited for this year. Just produce. I don't know what it is, but producing the podcast on our own, I feel like it just gives us like way more freedom to be creative with these episodes, to do them more frequently on our own schedule. I don't know. I'm just excited to see where the podcast goes. It's just gonna. I think it's gonna be a lot different this year.
Got to take the George Janko path.
The George Janko path.
Path. PBD.
Oh
and
yeah,
then Tate.
PBD and then Tate. I mean, I think we could have both those names on the podcast this year. I would be upset if we did not.
I think we will. No, I know we will. You got to speak it into existence.
We will.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And then, I mean, basically you can get anybody at that point.
Yeah, once you stack a couple big names, you can really get whoever you want.
It's like with anything. You need
I
social
think we
proof.
could get Vivek. Vivek would be, like you were saying, Vivek is everywhere, dude. Everywhere. He's on everything.
I was like, what is our country? Because it's the day of the Iowa caucus, and I get like an Instagram alert, and it's like Vivek Ramaswamy is going live with Jake Paul. I'm like,
yeah. Yeah.
is going
I
on?
watched that. It was good. It was good. He was smart. Like he was going after like the younger crowd. And I think that's long term, what's going to help him get into office one day
That's why I think he's not
Like
going to be a
those
VP
relationships.
because I think his brand will grow more
on his own.
if he's on his own doing media appearances, and he'll have a better chance of becoming president eventually,
Yeah.
as opposed to if he was doing the day-to-day shit that the vice president does, which I have no idea what the vice president does, but
I don't think anyone does.
the AI czar, Kamala Harris.
I haven't heard about her in a minute. I haven't seen her in the news at all.
I don't think she does anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. But like, I didn't think Pence really did anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't.
You
think
ever
he's gonna do it.
you ever see the show Veep?
Yes.
I feel like that's like actually the most accurate
Dude, I love
thing
that
ever.
show.
It's like the most irrelevant position, and they're just off to the side about everything, but they like think their job's so important.
It's such a good show.
It's such a great show. That is probably actually how it is.
That's probably how all politics is.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, I think maybe we should wrap it at this point. This was a
Need
good
some
one.
air.
Yeah, Christian seems like he's drowning in smoke.
Green
Yeah,
in
we're
the
hungry.
face.
But thanks for tuning in, guys. This was Members Lounge. We're going to do a good mix of Members Lounge and guests throughout the year. Maybe change up the locations, like we were talking about doing an episode in Miami when we're there in a couple of weeks, so you might see that. And yeah, anything you guys want to see in specific, let us know in the comments. And yeah, just keep supporting. We appreciate it. Subscribe, comment, like the video. And what's the subscriber goal this year? We got basically to 5K last year.
We're at like what, 5,300 now?
Yeah, it's been growing pretty decent.
Uh,
I think definitely 10K. We got to hit 10K this year.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If the goal is to get in like a guess of the caliber that we're talking about, that's 10K right there.
Yeah,
Like, it's
with just that guess.
Like if you were to get PBD, that's at least that puts you at us at 10K right now.
If you get Tate, bro, I
That's-
mean, Tate is insane.
that's another 50.
The George Janko podcast is like breaking records right now.
Yeah.
And obviously the quality of the interview was bonkers, but like it's just Tate's name. Like we saw with Bailey's episode, just having a Tate reference in the,
Yeah,
in the
that'd
title.
legitimately be 50. I would say the goal 50.
50K subscribers.
10X.
All right, guys, you hear
10X.
that? You got to help us hit the goal. 50,000 of you.
If not, we'll just get an engagement farm in India to do it.
No, bro, never sell out.
I'm fucking with you.
But anyways, thanks for listening. See you guys next time.
Appreciate you guys.
Peace.